Welcome back to the Flashing Badger podcast. This is episode 3 of us playing Public Access, a spooky horror game. Joining me this week are...
It's Wegs, Fitz, and Mike.
I'll be your host. My name is Gordon. Join us after the music when we've all had a chance to calm down.
Flashing Badger, Flashing Badger, alright. Flashing Badger.
Welcome back. If you haven't listened to episodes 1 and 2, I think they're going to be essential for you to catch up on what is going on. At the moment, the guys are investigating the mystery of the Deep Lake Lurker, a girl who went missing some 11 years ago in 1993. When you last left us, Stacy had gone exploring looking for the mysterious TV Odyssey station, finding nothing but bare earth in its stead. Ray, played by Wegs, had gone looking for spiritual solace for a man feeling ideologically isolated in the world and found nothing. Brandon Fitz discovered, to his own surprise, a little bit of a detail about his background, that he stole money from his family and fled. Unfortunately for him, his family are cops in the town, and his brother Hayden currently has him thrown in a jail cell. Fortunately or unfortunately for Brandon, I don't think Hayden searched him, and I think Brandon's still got his ankle gun on.
He does.
So this could be a problem or a complication down the track. Would you like us to start with you, Brandon? You can tell us how this morning's going for you.
Not well, Gordo. Not well.
We're going to start with Brandon, but before we do, there's actually some little routine that we go through at dawn. So what I want you all to do is look at your character sheet and tick off the dawn questions there, which help get you XP. So if you'd like to read those questions out for me, Fitz.
Did you share a good memory from your childhood? Were you vulnerable with someone? Did you go out of your way to reconnect with Deep Lake? Did you deliver a chilling monologue about something that happened to you in the past? And did you cut loose for once?
So each of those questions that gets a tick gains you an XP. Once you have 6 XP, you do a little bit of a level up, which unlocks something new. None of you are there yet. That's something to bear in mind going forward. So Brandon, in that jail cell, ankle all swollen and aching, tell me how this shakes out. How did the rest of your night go for a start?
Not well. My brother Hayden was silently mocking me the whole time. He seems quite smug and full of himself that he's managed to find me and lock me up. I think he's thinking about all the praise he's going to get from dear old dad and the rest of the family. The revelation that I stole a good whack of money before I skipped town when I was younger, that's not new to me, obviously, but it was new to me. Now thinking very fast and very hard and very stressed about how I'm going to get out of this one. So while I do consider it still a family affair, technically I guess I've committed a crime, but I don't really think that that's what mum and dad are going to do to me. I don't think I'm going to be hauled before the court or anything like that. I'm more worried about the family personal reckoning that's coming.
So it's the early hours of the morning and Hayden left. And there was an incoming, like a day shift guy. And Hayden basically had a conversation with this guy who you don't recognise, who came in and he said, listen, dirtbag in the back, he's here, he's a thief. Just keep him locked up till the sheriff gets in.
Looks very similar.
It's the eyeliner conceals his identity, he can't tell. And Hayden leaves. What's your plan? Are you going to be sitting there and waiting for your dad to arrive, or have you got a plan B?
Confident that this is not going to be... I know enough, and I know my brother and I know my family that they're not going to bring me before the court on this one. This is a family matter, and they're just using their power and their influence in the town to get what they want. And this is one of the reasons I left in the first place. So now that Hayden is gone, I'm actually going to engage with this new...
I was going to say, you can catch him before he leaves if you want. Like, he's doing the handover now. You can talk to him before he goes if you think there's value in that.
I do briefly as he comes up, after he debriefs this incoming deputy, he sort of says, all right, Dad will be back later. You're going to...
He says, you're really screwed up being here. You cannot believe the position you have put me in. Can't believe how angry Dad is. This is going to make both of our lives so hard.
I look at Hayden and with all the sincerity I can muster, I actually say, sorry, brother, but it is good to see you nonetheless. I sort of laying on a bit of guilt on him as well, but I did like Hayden. We were brothers. We did have lots of happy childhood memories, and I didn't really leave because of him. I left because of Dad.
Hayden he's got dark green jacket on and he's got the hat on. He's ready to walk out the door and he kind of knocks his hat back till it's leaning back on his head and he puts his hand on his forehead and he's like, Jesus Christ, Brandon, why'd you make everything so fucking difficult? It's like, come on, man. It's like, you've put me in such a spot here because do you know how long I've had to work to have Dad like respect me, and all of a sudden I'm just going to be, kid brothers to some shithead? Make me a day move roll.
Roll for initiative.
But before you do, I feel like you're trying to talk him round. Tell me what you're worried about will happen if this does not work.
I'm worried that if this does not work, that I'll be stuck in here till Dad comes, that he will not literally kill me, but he wields a lot of power in this town, and we're pretty isolated out here in Deep Lake. I know the power and the influence Dad has, and on top of everything else, once I know Dad's sort of got his claws into me, I'll end up hanging around. I'll end up staying. I'll be back in that house under his influence.
So this is it's going to shape your life in a significant way.
It is. I got away once and I only came back because I couldn't stop thinking about Odyssey, TV Odyssey. But now that I'm sort of back here amongst it, I remember all the reasons I left and why the strong desire was to go in the first place.
Make that roll for me.
It's a 4.
So a 4 is going to be a straight fail. Brandon's not going to have any interest in listening to you and hearing you out. Brandon's like, you know what? You put shit in my ear last time. You talked and talked and talked, and then you took the money and ran, and you left me here. You left me behind. We always said we were going to go together, and you left me. Just like you leave everyone. And he turns and he walks. And as he gets out, you see his shoulders square up and he pulls his hat down and he slams the door behind him and the little bell on the sheriff's office goes and he disappears. So he's furious. This has clearly been a failed attempt to reconnect.
I think I'll use a key. I can't accept this failure here and then not only have the Deep Lake mystery and lurker hanging over me, but also Father, who is almost a scarier monster as far as I'm concerned, after me as well.
Okay. So which key are you using?
I'm going to use the Key of Desolation.
Okay, read that top one out for me there.
The Sandstone Arch. Unlock the end of session question. Did you receive a signal from the other side?
So that's great for you. That means you have one more avenue now to receive XP, being signals from the other side. Signals from the other side are things that somehow transition or relate from the real world to what you see in the tapes. So taking the last episode, you saw the symbols carved into the logs. It might be that they were symbols that you'd seen in real life, or that those symbols come to you in a dream or something. It's a sign that what's there is somehow bleeding over into what's here, or vice versa.
Gotcha.
So there's no cost for that key at the moment, but if you run out of those keys, it spells the end. So we retcon what happened with Hayden, and you give this speech to him. And this time, he basically says the same words to you as he did before. Jesus Christ, Brandon, you made my life so hard. You ran. It was only me with Dad then. I was stuck here. We said we were going to go together. You left me, just like you leave everyone. But this time, as he's saying it, he's taken his hat off, and he finishes, he throws it down on the ground, and there's tears pouring from his eyes, and he puts the key in the cell lock, and he opens it, and he says, just get out of here. Just go. I don't need Dad to know that you've been here. He's like, you better keep your head down. I don't want any problems from you. Let's just pretend this never happened. Maybe one day we can be brothers again, but not today. And he storms out, and you can see that he's clearly emotionally affected by this. So you're going to gain the condition that says outcast.
Just to go along with your broken ankle.
You emerge into the morning light. You've had a very fitful night of sleep. You are slowly staggering your way along the street, limping. Are you heading home, or is there somewhere else you're going first?
I probably would like to quickly swing by the doctor's office or even a chemist and maybe get some bandages or something, or a strap or something I can do to sling, patch my ankle up a bit.
I'll cut to Ray. Ray, what are you doing this morning?
The sun has risen. Ray's still in a bit of a funk. He's sort of been lying in bed thinking about his childhood in this town that he was pretty glad to escape from. And didn't have a great time at school. The one place where he did sort of feel, at home, welcomed was the old record store. So I want to go for a walk through town. I haven't had much time through town, just exploring and relaxing and reconnecting with my memories. But I sort of think, now this morning is the morning. I need to lift my spirits a bit. I'm heading down to the record store to see if it's still there.
Stacey.
I'm going to walk into town with Ray. I won't go to the record store, but I'll have a walk around and see what's open during the day and who else I can bug. It's been a couple of weeks that we've been here. Some people are starting to open up to us, it would seem, by the tape turning up at the door, and so people are starting to get more familiar with us. So I hope by doing a bit more cold calling door to door.
So Ray, as you're walking to the record store, describe for me how this conversation goes, because I'm sure you are doing a nostalgic move and bending Stacey's ear about the hallowed sanctuary that is the record store.
Yes, you're dead right. I am doing a nostalgic move. I was sort of opening up to Stacey about the one place where I could sort of bond with people and to say music I was, connect over tunes in the prog rock in the 70s, which is probably a little bit before Stacey and Brandon's time. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
You're not connecting with people over your shoddy food, that's for sure.
It's a shame Brandon's gone back to jail, but there you go.
Are you receptive about this, the record store thing, or is it like, are you interested, or is it you're kind of just being agreeable?
Yeah, I'm just being a good companion and just nodding, and I'm thinking about my own thing as we go. But if it's working for him, great.
Ray, you can clear a condition. Except the next victim. You have to keep that, sorry.
Keep that, yep. No, that seems fair.
Don't worry, you won't have it for long.
So the condition you're clearing is the...
Skeptical.
Yeah, so you're not so forlorn spiritually. You felt some degree of human contact, some warmth that's brought you back, made you less despondent, even though Stacey isn't the warmest of characters. Stacey, you get into town. Where do you want to go specifically? Are you still going around to ask questions about Jess and the other kids at the camp, or...
Well, we have Brandon at the lockup. Ray's going to the record store.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Jess went missing in 93, but we suspect 3 others are gone missing, who are Liz, Johnny, and Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking of places that I might be able to ask around about them. They were kids at the time, so maybe the high school.
Yep.
I'm trying to think where else these kids might hang out. Like the library might have newspaper articles that relate to them. That's somewhere else I could get information.
And they'd have a microfiche and things, microfiche recorder. So you'd be able to look back to the old newspapers there.
Yeah, I'll go there, into the library.
Okay.
Are you laughing because I have overdue books?
I'm laughing because that's what I was on the way to do before I got run over by the cops.
I need a win.
Stacey makes her way into the library, and it's not massive, but it's reasonably well equipped for what it is. It's got a few internet-enabled computers there. It's got a full set of Encyclopedia Britannica on the shelf. It's got a lot of local maps and things in those pull-out drawers. It has a microfilm recorder in the corner there. If you would like to make this a meddling move to do some detailed research, it'll take you a bit of time, but you're welcome to do that.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Snake eyes. A 2.
Horrible.
It is horrible.
I think the horrible outcome is as simple as that you spend most of your day there doing research and you find nothing. You find a few token newspaper articles that are 2 inches of column space that say local child missing, but nothing more. And you become despondent as a result.
So I won't have any of that. I'm instead going to use the key of desolation, the first one, which is the sandstone arch. I'll tick that off and give myself the success.
Mm-hmm. And that makes you susceptible to signals from the other side.
It does.
Ray, you get to the record store and you spend a bit of time browsing around in there and you find some absolute stone cold classics. What's the genre that he's looking at?
Oh, Ray's a prog rock man. It's all about mysticism and wizards and forests and stuff. It's
bit of Zappa.
Early Pink Floyd, very much under the sway of mind-altering substances.
Jethro Tull.
Yeah, yep.
So Brandon, you go to the hospital to get your ankle looked at, and you're sat in this hospital bed. It's a quiet hospital. It's pretty small, and this nurse comes in to look at you, and she is like blue scrubs. She's got dark circles under her eyes. She's got these like really sensible, those nurses' shoes they wear because they're on their feet all day. And as she kind of comes close to you, you get that like whiff of someone who's been drinking the night before.
Oh.
And she's doing all the things and she's looking at the drip and she kind of picks up your notes and she's like, okay, so Brandon, yeah, I see here, what have you, like, fell off your bike?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. You look at her name tag and her name tag says Mary Storsky Bell. Says, okay, well, let's have a look here. We're going to have to get your leg up on the bed for me. And she gets your shoe off. And luckily your flares are so big, she can just roll your pants up above the knee with no problem. And it's quite swollen and bruised now. She goes, oh, this doesn't look good. Looks like you might have broken it. We'll have to get you across to X-ray and have a look. You'll be fine. We'll be able to put it in a little cast or a bandaged up or something, and you'll be okay.
Okay. And while she's doing this, I sort of initiate a bit of a conversation, and I'm like, Mary, you don't happen to be related to Jess, do you?
Do a meddling roll for me using presence.
So I've given a 10.
So Mary's like, yeah, guess we're kind of local celebrities, huh? It's been a long time. Can't believe that's still the thing I'm most known for. Once you got a missing kid, you become kind of small town famous, I guess.
And so it's at this point I realised that this is Jess's mother. Thought it was going to be her sister, actually. Hey, I spoke to your husband yesterday down at the lake.
Ex-husband.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, you don't know
Henry.
Harvey.
Sorry.
It's like, yeah, you don't know how hard it is. He's a good guy. Don't hold it against him. We had some rough times. You look like you've had some rough times too.
Family. And I give her a knowing look towards my ankle.
Yep, you're not wrong.
No, we were actually down at the lake yesterday. And that's not even the reason why I've come back into town. But Jess's friend Emily asked us to help her out and look into it. And that's why we went down there, my friends and I, and we're looking into not only Jess, but the other kids that went missing around that time.
She's like, hey, I give you the tip. Look into it. Harvey's whole life is looking into it. Sometimes you just got to shrug and realize that there are no answers. I miss him more than anyone, but poor Emily's always lived with this, but really, Jess isn't coming back. There's nothing for us at that lake. I go down there once a year and I put the flowers down and I think about her every goddamn day, but there's nothing to be found there. It's just a big hole with water in.
I make the quip that it's enough to turn you to drink.
She sort of gives you this sort of icy stare and says, yeah, I wouldn't know. Let's get that ankle looked at.
She like massages the ankle.
You end up spending a couple of hours with her between going to X-ray and coming back and then waiting for the doctor and things. And there's no, like, all the curtains are back. There's no other patients in there. After a while of talking to her, she sort of slowly comes around and she eventually says, they still keep the stories going down there. They still keep the mysteries. I've lost my daughter, but they get a ghost story out of it. Like just the other day, I heard someone saying that Joey, the lifeguard, got dragged down into the water and then got spat back out. Kids will make anything into a horror story, even someone's messed up life. And she like does this mournful sigh and kind of looks at you.
And I feel for her, and I reach out and sort of put my hand on her shoulder and say, look, what do you think happened to Jess?
I don't know. All I know is a decade ago, someone took my baby and she's not coming back, and it's kind of cost me everything. But, you got to keep waking up. You just got to keep putting your pants on one leg at a time, and you got to keep coming to work. And every now and then you get kids who fell off their bike, and she does big like air quotes around it. It's like you. Looks more like you got run over to me, but what do I know? And she bandages up your ankle and straps it up and sends you out into the daylight. And while this is happening, Stacy, your microfilm analysis, your reference guides have borne some fruit. And you discover a series of stories going back years in relation to kids missing at the lake. You find more details about Johnny Green, Carlos Sanchez, and Elizabeth Lewis. And you find out that they went missing 1 year before the other. Jessica was the last of them. So 4 kids, 4 years. And looking through, they have not only the photos there that were sort of made publication, there's also photo books and things attached to research folios that were taken by Not only by the Board of Tourism for advertising the camp, but from publicity material, but also from some of the photos that were taken as background after the kids went missing. And looking at one of these photos, you see that there are 3 posts. Somewhere near the sort of edge of the lake, there's 3 upright wooden posts. You can't tell, how far offshore or onshore they are, but each of these posts has an odd symbol carved just above the waterline. In fact, one of them's half above, half below the waterline. And something about these strikes you as unusual. So if it wasn't clear, Fitz, before you gained that was a clue you gained that the side character was dragged underwater. And this again, for Stacy, is another clue.
Tonight's guest is sport analyst Larry O'Callaghan. And Larry, we're going to cut straight to the chase today. Last Saturday saw the under-14s team of young men out of Ohio State eliminated from the Final Four in utterly controversial fashion when a golden retriever was afforded an exemption to take to the court in what I would have thought was a clear breach of the rules.
And that's just it, Carol. Sadly, over the weekend, we witnessed the dismantling of these young men's athletic careers. And I've had time to sleep, reset, and take another look at it. And I honestly still cannot find any benefit to what took place. Appropriately, though, the dog has been put down.
And that was going to be my next question.
Yes, look, Mayor Montgomery was quite clear in his stance of reminding animals that if they were going to test the waters with integrating to the point that we were going to be out of jobs, that they weren't going to be immune to the green dream.
Fascinating. Thank you again for coming in after the break. We're going to discover how a child has been taken into the custody of the state after his parents accidentally left him at home whilst they weren't on a vacation, not once, but twice.
Flashing Badger.
Ray, you found your prog rock magic. You bought a couple of albums, or did you just browse?
Just browsing, but I have sort of been schmoozing with the shop owner, and he's sort of said, let's put on some of these records and spin them up and listen to them in the store. That's been a good opportunity for me to sort of get his guard down a bit and just ask about life in the town and if there's still any talk of this old legend of that, what's it called? The Deep Lake Lurker? You heard of that? Perchance?
Sounds like a prog rock band name.
Yeah,
He finds a similar album.
Yeah. No, they broke up in the 60s. Yeah.
And this guy is a full bandana on the head, like the round spectacles, peace medallion. He's like a lost hippie at the time.
And a 4-second lag time into his question. Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, wow, it's so weird, all this stuff. Like, because you know what the truth is? And he leans into you and you kind of lean a bit closer. He says, the truth is, it's never about the lake. You know what the lake is? It's a goddamn waypoint.
Talk to me, Cheech. Talk to me.
It's a waypoint for them. And he points up at the sky. He's like, this is all it is. They use it as a navigation mark, man. They come down, and I guess sometimes when maybe they take on water for interstellar fuel, maybe they drew up one of those kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe those kids went with him.
The whole time he's talking, one of those executive ball clickers is going, and it keeps getting closer to it. It's like that metronome noise as his conspiracy gets more and more.
Says, he's like, you ever see E.T., man?
No, man, I don't watch Scorsese films.
That's good, because E.T.'s f***ing bullshit, man.
I'm trying to convince you that... I heard Spielberg was just trying to convince us that E.T. was the good guy, so we let our guard down.
Yeah.
I think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid a bit. I probably need to
There's
extra.
one other customer in the store who was about to walk out and is listening to this going, I got to keep listening. This is so insane. No one's going to believe me.
No, he's there holding like a Linkin Park CD. It's just like, this is awkward. These old dudes.
And there's one little old lady who's standing at the counter who needs to buy a Britney Spears CD for her granddaughter, and she's just patiently waiting until she can pay. And
It's a single.
Oh, yes.
Back when they just made singles, and there'd be some number 2 and number 3 track that no one's ever heard of.
So he continued, this is all Chariots of the Gods stuff.
Yeah. Ancient astronauts.
Yeah. So he continues on, and he talks about lights in the sky seen outside of town, and he talks about the amusement park they were building, man, because I hear that guy got taken by aliens. So the whole thing, man, they don't want you to know, but you know what's near here?
Tell me.
Aliens.
Space.
I don't know if you know this, man, but think about it. We live in space every day.
No, we live on Earth. What do you mean?
Space is Earth is in space.
What?
Every day it's in space.
This is actually like lifting my mood, like winding up this old hippie. I'm sort of.
So you're not buying into Ray's not buying into this at all?
It's a passing interest. Who doesn't love conspiracy theories and ancient astronauts? This is before it was clearly big on the podcast scene, so it was quite a niche subject. Mm-hmm. But I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. Like I'm not going.
You can see on his PC browser is the same forums that we're in.
Yeah.
That's good.
Having said that, like I am trying to understand if anything he's putting out there has anything to do with us and what we're investigating. So I'm listening for little clues in relation to the TV Odyssey.
So are you putting TV Odyssey to him directly? Are you asking?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to start. Hey, man, you're knowledgeable. You're a wise guy, man. The stars are talking to you. Let me ask you something.
All right, give me a meddling move and let's see.
That is precisely what I was doing. Oh, 11. You know what? Can I use a key of desolation to take that to a 12?
You sure can.
Oh, no.
A 12 plus? Great. I'm going to turn the key of desolation and tick the sandstone arch.
This guy's about to become our tour guide.
I know.
Like the craziest
I'm running
tour
away
guide.
with this guy.
So you,
Him and Daniel, they're in our posse.
so you ask him about TV Odyssey. He goes, TV, like here in Deep Lake? Yeah, man. I've heard of it. So you got to see this website, man. He spins it around. You can see posts with your own usernames on. There's all these guys here. He's like, I read this. And I thought, what kind of idiot would believe any of this? Until the other day, you never guess what I found. And he opens a drawer beneath the counter. He has to use a key to unlock the drawer and he opens it. And he pulls out a tape in the traditional box and he hands it over the counter to you.
And my blood runs cold.
So he pulls out the tape and it's the classic TV Odyssey cover and he hands it to you. He's like, hey man, I didn't know what to do with this. It's weird. Like I tried watching it, it's just static, but you can have it if you want. And you open the box and it says on the label, Happy Jack 6, duress signal, ? Pure white pretext, ?
Jesus Christ, even the name of that tape is like turning my blood to ice. I, put on a happy smile and say, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'll take this tape off your hands.
Say, oh, cool, man. Did you want the ELO or no?
You know what? You convinced me to, why not? And I feel for the guy, so I'll chuck him a few bucks and take a record for the road.
You should also buy the latest single from Fountains of Wayne for Stacy, being 2004.
Now that is a deep cut.
There's a reference there. I'm not even going to quantify it. I'll just go from there.
I think we're all happy to move on. No, smash
So
it.
are you
It's a
gonna-
horrible era to be called Stacy.
It really is, and no one's mentioned it before, but so...
Are you all going to meet up back at the house or are you...
It's
moving
perfect that we
strong?
bump into each other in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That as we're walking out, you're limping your way out of the sheriff's office.
Don't know where my bike ended up.
Your bike is
Trashed.
trashed.
As long as we still have the V-dub.
Oh, and we do.
But I like the shot of us meeting in the street. And then we
Yeah.
can
Maybe
fast travel back home.
we
sure.
we bump into each other outside the local diner.
Yeah, where we
Yeah.
get takeaways so that we don't have to eat whatever you cook.
Yeah, we all go for a coffee.
Oh yeah, I say
Yeah.
now, guys. Just obviously you want me to cook for you, so let's just get coffee here and then we'll walk home. And you two are like, no, I've heard this place does great cherry pie.
I order my coffee with a side of toasted Reuben sandwich.
And then you all make your way home together?
Yeah.
And what in the car? Is it going home or is it going back to the campground?
Oh, it's still daytime, isn't
Well,
it? Because home really gives us the benefit of a VHS player with no one else around.
That's true, but
it's
we
not
can't
gonna work.
watch
Yeah,
it,
not
watch
yet.
it until tonight. And in reality, we have a few more clues that we need to check back at the lake, I think.
And 6 rounds in a snub nose.
And I want to see how my mate Daniel's going.
No.
Yeah, I think Daniel. We need to leave Daniel.
We need to go
alone.
speak to Joey.
Which one's? Oh, Joey was the one who was.
Joey's
grabbed
got
in the
dragged
lake.
under.
Yeah. Let's go-
Possibly.
And
That's what the rumor says.
Fair chance Daniel's already dead. So
Oh.
So as you're having this conversation, Ray's already steered the car towards the camp. And you've talked about, what
All
happened
the
to
things.
Brandon last night. Do you tell them the truth, Brandon, or is it just that you got knocked off your bike?
I'm just saying that I got knocked off my bike. I was in a car accident. I spent most of the night at the sheriff's office and the hospital, and I gloss over it.
And Stacey, do you tell them everything about what you found at the library?
Yeah, so at the library, it's the photo with the 3 wooden posts with the symbols. So having watched the VHS tape last night with the climber doing his outdoor recording, I show them, how have I managed to get this out? I guess I can't. I just have to describe it to them.
I'm pretty sure microfilm readers had a print button that made like a photocopy of the page.
I hit print, but I print in colour. So I managed to get the 1 copy before they kicked me out of the library because they're like, don't be printing in colour. This is 2004. So I show them.
Do you know how much a magenta ink thing costs?
Yeah.
And I'm like, remembering the VHS, the tape from last night, and there was the possible symbols on the tree, but it was kind of blurry every time we tried to pause it. But check this out. And there's these odd symbols that are on the 3 wooden posts. And it got me thinking about the map as well. And the map has the icons of the eyes. And could that be where the posts are? And I'm like, rah, 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 as the V-dubs, like horrible suspension bumping down the dirt road. We've lost a hubcap at one point. And they've given us the side-on shot of the hubcap rolling off. And you hear me going rah, 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 in the car as I go.
You make your way back to the camp and you pull up. And you can see that it's a bit like yesterday, the hubbub of normal kids. It's a bit cloudier today. There's not as much activity out in the open, but there's still the normal life of the camp going on. And you do see, sat out on the end of the pier on a folding chair, there is the back of one figure just sat there watching a handful of kids that are like swimming out to a pontoon that's not far out into the water. You know, it's only a little way, probably only 30 metres, 50 metres. And this guy's just sat there kind of slumped, and there's a pair of binoculars slung around his neck. You kind of got him in profile, but doesn't look that interested. He does, however, have luscious blonde hair and is wearing the smallest pair of shorts you have ever seen.
Now, I believe that was going to be Joey, who had the amazing short shorts. Oh, no one has a horrible effect at the moment, do they?
I've got a broken ankle and I'm a bit of an outcast.
No, I think your ankle's kind of fixed now, isn't it?
You're hobbling. You're
hobbling.
You're not perfect.
Because I was
but
hoping
you're-
someone was going to wig out and do the Jaws thing and be like, get out of the water.
I just get to
Get out of the
imagine.
water, go running down to the beach.
I can't help it. Like you see Joey stand up and his hair flings back in slow motion, and I just Cherry Pie by Warrant is just in the background.
Yeah,
It's in my
there is
mind
like
now.
a God ray from the sun
ray.
through
And he
the
just
clouds.
shakes his hair slowly out, you know, and then just looks wistfully to the side.
Water glistens
Sees
on
us,
his abs.
glistening off the abs, which are poking ridiculously out of his midriff top. Because what man doesn't wear one of those? And
So we park in the exact same double bays again because all the other cars there are for staff and they've basically left them while they stay on camp for however many weeks. So we've parked in the exact same spot across our previous tyre marks, both bays. And I think you guys would be the same keen to go talk to Joey.
yeah, I think so. Especially, and his experiences about how does he had any in the lake.
Yeah. So I assume it's
Are you staying together?
I
or
was
are you
going to
splitting
say,
up?
maybe we split up just to just
don't
come
go to
around.
Daniel.
No, I'm going to stay with Stacey. We're going to go speak to. I'm looking at
Whoa,
Joey.
whoa. Stacey has agency. Let
Sorry.
Stacey speak. Stacey, where would you like to go?
It is shocking that every time somewhere Stacey wants to go, they're like, can't send a woman.
It is
on her
amazing
own.
how you have played a woman in a game for 2 hours now, and the misogyny is already set in. I apologise on their behalf.
I understand when I play a male and they shadow me because I'm stupid.
Yes. This feels targeted.
Yeah.
So, Stacey, where would you like to go?
Stacey's walking directly towards the pier.
She's got her sights set on Joey to talk to.
Yep. She, from the conversation earlier about Joey in the short shorts and whatever and looking great, I'm like, that'll be him. I'm going to go talk to him.
Brandon, are you hobbling along behind her, or are you
I
going
am.
somewhere else?
But I'm just going to perv on Joey. He's looking good to me while Stacey talks to me.
Okay.
He needs a morale boost as well.
So you're falling back. Like every 5 steps Stacey takes, you take 3. So there's this slow, you're slowly falling
calculate it.
behind. Ray?
I've had a look at the map. The map and sort of there's some eye icons, and I've sort of just, with Stacey's blessing, of course, I've just borrowed the map and I'm going to start to see if the eye icons on the map are lined up with anything in around the lake, or if there's anything of interest around there.
It's going to take you, you're going to have to walk sort of following around the curve of the lake, obviously, and you're going to have to go, the tree line comes in not that far round from the camp. So you're going to have to sort of hike your way through a bit before you get to the first eye icon, which is probably almost a kilometre around the shore of the lake.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
No, I don't think so. But make a day roll for me and let me know how your hiking goes, because I feel like you're crossing rough terrain. You're on your own. Now, tell me what you are worried about happening if you fail.
Whether something goes wrong physically, or twist an ankle or fall down or something, I'm worried that time is not going to move forward the same way it should. I'm worried that, yesterday out on the lake, there was that, that strange oppressive feeling, and I felt a little bit disconnected from reality. Like this place wasn't quite all as it appeared. I'm worried that sort of feeling is going to return, that, a kilometre of walking, it might take longer than it by all accounts should.
I thought you were going to say I might hurt my leg, but you've given us a real existential angst. And I'm completely on board.
Every time in these games when it becomes like, the angles don't make sense and there's a deep misunderstanding in this, I'm like, I'm out.
Well, it's easy for you because you've never understood angles.
When you're just like, there's lightning, I'm like, I get it, that's pretty scary. But then you're like, there's something that I can't quite picture here. I'm like,
and I've already got a broken ankle, so
it's true. So, Ray, what was the result of your roll there?
I've rolled a 7. I'm wondering if I should turn a key to elevate it to a success, an unmitigated success.
You can. They're a finite resource, but you certainly can if you'd like to.
Well, you could get him to tell you what the complication would be.
Yeah, can you? Gordon, will you please tell me what the complication will be?
Once you know the complication, you can choose to back down. I would say the complication is going to be that you spend so long and you spend so much mental energy thinking about whether you are still in touch with the reality or not, that you get the feeling of being inherently disconnected anyway. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah. So you'd gain the condition disconnected.
I'm going to turn the key of the child. I'm going to have a flashback showing my latchkey kid routine whenever I got home from school, and hanging out with what was the name of the record store owner? Anthony Johnson. All right, hanging out with my new mate Anthony. It's sort of putting on records and talking about funny.
He's like, please, man, Anthony was my father's name. Call me Pothead Tony. That's what all the kids call me.
PT for short.
No, I was going to say PHT. I'm going to call him PHT because, obviously.
Pronounced.
That's my father's name. Call me PHT. Me and PHT, we sort of bonded over the joy of putting on records when you're home alone, your parents aren't out, and, you can sort of just rock around the house and listen to tunes. That sort of, lifted my spirits. Yeah, that's sparked some energy in me. So
that was it. Was it every day you'd come home and put a different record, or was it the same record?
No, different record, and that's how I developed my taste in music. I would chuck on some tunes, explore the mental cosmos.
Brilliant. So you make your way around this section of forest, and as you emerge into the sunlight, we cut back to Stacy and see how she's going.
Walking out across the pier, and a few of the boards are quite loose under my feet, and they do the rickety doo-doo-doo, and some of the bolts come up as I walk. So I think Joe hears me coming as I stumble my way out across the pier. And as I walk out onto it, I get that little vertigo rush, even though there's like no movement on the water. I'm just uncomfortable out here.
It's one of those floating pontoon piers, so it does have a tiny little bit of give as you go.
And I reach for a handle that's not there, so that I have to do like the wider, lower stance, and he's just staring at me.
and the more you do, the more it starts to move because it's a floating one.
Joey just remains sat like in his chair, and he's slumped right down, so his like chin is almost level with his knees, and he just leans his head back over his shoulder and just kind of looks at you like half smiling out of one eye as you walk up. He's like, ahoy.
Howdy. I gotta stop saying howdy.
It's like, well,
howdy. What's another nautical term if he's done ahoy?
You just
whistle.
He's like half laughing. He's like, so landlubber, huh?
I'm about to make my way port side. Hey, Joey.
He's like, port's on the left. That's starboard, but
I love StarCraft. Brood War.
He's like, okay, I don't know what that is, but pull up a pew.
Do you swim?
And he like looks down at his outfit where he's wearing like these shorts with the word lifeguard written on, and he's got the little lifeguard float thing next to him, and he goes, yeah, once or twice.
Yeah, I could swim if I wanted.
So cool. You gonna jump in?
I probably won't jump in just yet. But do you have a chair for me to sit next to you for a minute?
He pulls out, he's got this little, what do they call it? Ice box, an esky thing. Pulls it up and he kind of pulls open the lid and sees that there's still just one Coke left in there, but closes the lid and slides up next to him and pats the top.
And I walk over and I lift the lid, grab the Coke out, open it, close the lid and sit on top and take a long drink of
He's
it.
like, oh, I didn't, whatever. Hey,
Hey,
are you a counselor here? Or?
yeah, probably not starting for another week or so, but I wanted to get a feel for the place and they suggested I just come and meet some of the team.
Okay. You're from Deep Lake or?
No, I'm from California, but time for a sea change, a lake change. And then I look into the distance and I do that, oh, that was dumb.
God. Maybe he didn't hear it.
Awesome. California, like great waves there. Did you get off like
Yeah,
the beaches? Or?
we always surf all the time, every day. The weather's always good, always surfing. That's what they say. Surf weather 24/7.
It's like, yeah, well, we get some pretty sick waves here on the lake too. And he like gestures out to this perfectly glass
Yeah, like a
surface.
mirror. Yeah.
And I still don't really get it. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
He does that like you don't see him, but he sort of sidelong glances at you and then looks back at the lake, and he's got a smile. He's amused by this, not annoyed.
But I'll be honest with you, I'm a bit nervous about starting next week.
Oh, it's everyone here is really nice. The kids are great. Like, look at them, and they're like, sorry, and you just turn out to see one just like grab one by the face, and throw them off the pontoon in the water. He's like, and then he just goes, Hey, what did I tell you? No eye gouging.
The people seem lovely and the kids seem great. I just had heard things about this place. The lake.
Yeah, and he like sinks his head and kind of like runs his hands through his long hair. He's like, yep, and kind of just hushes for a moment.
This is the moment where I cross from conversation into meddling. And I'm trying to think of a way to stall it as long as I can. But I know Gordon's going to be like, sounds like you're meddling.
Sounds like you're meddling there, champ.
Well, I think give me a one sentence summary of what you're going to do. It sounds like you're just going to steer the conversation around.
Yeah, I'm going to steer it into him working with people or having experienced people go missing at this place.
And are you challenging him directly on the fact that there was the rumor that he got dragged by something?
Yeah, I might start there.
Roll those dice for me.
Do you want me to word it for you? The question?
Roll the dice, and then we'll play out how well or poorly it goes.
It's a 5, so it's a fail.
You bring up to Joey about, hey, someone said...
Yeah, Joey, I guess I'm also worried because I feel like I'm a strong swimmer, but I hear that even strong swimmers can have some scary moments here on the lake, like maybe you.
He says, well...
Subtle.
It's like... Never swim alone, you know? That's the first thing we teach. Never swim alone. And even if you know what you're doing, even if you're a strong swimmer, we've already seen this lake doesn't like to give up its dead. You don't need to add to that tally. And he kind of, like, his head kind of slumps and he kind of goes quiet and you sort of see the air sort of huff out of him and he kind of withdraws into himself a little bit.
Yeah, and that's off a fail, so why not? I will push it and I'm going to use a key. I'm going to use a key of desolation again. Mm-hmm. So the second one is called the Fathomless Well. Your reason modifier is reduced by 1 and your sensitivity modifier is increased by 1.
So this is a way for the game to show that you're becoming more attuned to the sort of occult side and the world is a little bit losing its grip on you. Reality is perhaps slipping a smidge.
Cool. So having done that, does something change with what he gives me?
So Joey now, he says that same thing. But then he goes on and he puts his head down into his hands and he says, I just don't think you should go in the water. I tried to get the campers out, but Billy won't allow it. He says the water's part of the activity, but I swear something grabbed me there. I'm feeling pretty messed up, I gotta be honest with you. But I need this job. I don't have, the town pools don't give me many hours. Like there's too many people on the list, and yeah, but you won't believe it. Look at this. And he turns around, he lifts up the little crop top that he's wearing, and across one of his shoulder blades, he has this long pair of scrape marks running in parallel.
How many?
A pair. Or 3, whatever you want.
3 is scarier.
He has 3 parallel marks running diagonally, sort of from almost the top of his shoulder all the way down to mid-back. And he's like, yeah. He said, look, everyone says I just kind of scrape myself, but something definitely had me there. I know the kelp and the weeds and things in the water here, and that wasn't that. But gotta do what I can. I gotta watch out for the kids there, and one of them's on the pontoon, and you sort of look up and they're frantically doing a big one-arm wave. And to you, you're not sure if it's it looks like a help us kind of wave, but Joey's just like, hey guys, and gives them the big thumbs up and kind of goes back to talking to you.
World's worst lifeguard, I'm thinking.
You said you're feeling pretty down. A very long time ago, I knew of a girl who went missing. And in the days before she went missing, she was convinced that she was next. And she would say that to herself.
He gives this little inadvertent sob where before he starts talking, he goes, I was only a junior lifeguard. I'm never going to forgive myself. And there's tears welling in his eyes. He's like, I'm never going to forgive myself for Jess. You don't need to remind me. I'm not surprised someone told you about that, but you can't save someone who's already gone. I can only help the next one and make sure there's no more.
You're not having those same thoughts at the moment, though, are you?
He's like, shit, no. Nothing's getting me. No way. He's like,
At that moment.
he's like, I'm fighting this thing. Whatever it is, this lake isn't going to take any more while I'm here.
If you start to get those feelings, can you promise me that you'll take some time away from the lake? Even if you need the money.
Like, all right, Stacy, you're all right.
I don't recall telling you my name.
No, I wasn't sure. He says,
I pushed him in the water.
he says, all right, I will. And he turns to you and squares himself up and puts his hand, and he goes, Joseph Keane, good to meet you.
Thanks, Joey. I'm Stacy. And he has to be like, I'm looking forward to working with you next week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah, see you next week.
He's like, do you know what house you're assigned to?
Cormorant, I think.
Really? I thought Maddie was in Cormorant.
No, it was a bird. It was a water bird. Does that help narrow it down?
Nice.
Oh,
Excludes one.
Yep. So it's not Jack Black room.
That was it.
Oh, yeah.
Skippity bop bop.
Have a great time. Don't know why Jack Black comes up so much in our podcast. He goes, hey, I can't wait for next week. It's going to be great. You'll see. It's fun. Don't listen to me. I'm just feeling funky today.
Yo, learning is so boring. I hate reading books. The library is lame as hell.
Yo, I want to just jet as much as you, but we got to get this assignment on Egypt done. Where else will we find out about Egypt except in these old school books?
That librarian is pissed, yo.
Did someone call for learning?
Captanica Britannica?
That's right, peeps. Encyclopedia Britannica is now available on compact disc. Don't just read about history, live it.
Let us use our mouse and left-click the hyperlink.
The seventh pharaoh of the 18th dynasty was Amenhotep II. That dude was fly and had a baller crib.
Booyah! That's the sound of the future, dudes.
Whoa, this Encyclopedia Britannica is off the chain, y'all. Hella cool.
It is the bomb. Props, Captanica Britannica.
And props to you, dog. The new Encyclopedia Britannica on CD-ROM. It is the shiznatch.
Flashing badger.
I walk backwards away from him because I'm still so awkward.
We're talking of awkward. Brandon's just kind of been loitering awkwardly while this
Yeah.
conversation's gone on.
Yeah, just listening to
I heard most of that.
Stacey's poor attempts at flirting and meddling.
I wasn't flirting. I'm just awkward.
And just so everyone's clear again, that was a clue, the scratches on his back. We've made sure we've written that down. So, Brandon, were you just hovering, or were you doing something else while they were?
No, I was just hovering. I was listening in, seeing if I could ascertain any sort of clues or updates as well. You know, just being part of it. I mean, we are the Latchkey crew. Isn't that what you designated us, Stacey?
I forget what I put in at the embroidery shop.
That's key, kids.
Latchkey kids. So I figure we should be working together. And if anything, my experience recently has shown that I'm a bit of an outcast, and I'm trying to be better with friends. So I was just hovering, just listening for clues.
Okay. You've gathered a lot of information about what's going on here, and I think we'll just cut back to Ray quickly and see when he gets to the end of his trek there what he finds. So comparing the map to the ground around you, I think you're going to have to do a bit of a search to try and find it, because of course it's quite a wide scale map and it's quite a small little icon. So give me a meddling roll and see what you come up with. We're going to use your reason skill.
With my reason, I've rolled a 6. So I'm going to use a key of the child to bump it up to a success.
Okay, which key are you using?
I'm going to show how I was an outsider among my school peers. And while I've been fairly musically inclined this episode, my tastes in music weren't exactly aligned with the normal, or my high school peers. They were sort of into the pop rock tunes, Beatles and Stones and all that sort of fun stuff. I was really, into the psychedelic hippie tunes, and that sort of put me on the outer with everybody, or it's really set me apart from everyone. So it's always grated on me. But since I've grown up, I've embraced it.
And Brandon, do you have anything else you want to do before this episode concludes?
The one thing I did want to do is go check on Daniel. Despite all that mucking around earlier, I did task him to listen out for the monsters and see if he could get any photographs on his little disposable Kodak camera. Mm-hmm. And while I was hanging around with Stacey and Joey, I was seeing if I could see him amongst the other kids. And if he wasn't there, I was going to make my way down to his back to the loon where I saw him earlier.
Okay. Are you asking him for stuff? Like, are you meddling to get information, or are you just...
Well, I'm looking for him, and I guess to see if he found anything last night, or he found the monster last night.
Okay. Roll those dice for me. Yeah, presence roll.
Yep.
In fact, you can roll... You know what? You spent yesterday building such a good relationship with Daniel. You can roll with advantage.
Oh, perfect. So I've got an 8.
Okay. So there's going to be consequence. But there is a success. So you hook up with Daniel, you meet up with him again, and he is still having this little thing, cataloging stuff. And he sees you and he's like, "Hey, Brandon. He goes, "Oh, it's so good to see you." He goes, "You'll never guess what happened monster hunting last night. You'll never guess. Guess."
I don't know, Daniel. You tell me, buddy.
"You've got to see what I found." And out of his basket of rocks, he pulls out the bone, and you recognize this is the bone of a human finger.
Oh, wow.
And it's perfectly clean. He goes, "Look at this. So what kind of animal do you think this is from?"
And I take it from him and studying it. And I'm like, where did you find this one, Daniel?
"There's a whole bunch of them just under the pier. Look." And he pulls out 15 more that are all just hand.
What do you think it's
finger
from?
bones.
And it's a skull.
It's just, they are just little, they look like, bigger than him, but close to adult size finger bones.
Bit late for you to use your Carmen Sandiego fingerprint kit, though.
He hands you all these. He goes, "Look, this is so cool. Do you think I can keep them?"
Oh my God, Daniel, these are so awesome. And I'm building him up, but also at the same time freaking out. I'm like, these are so awesome and amazing. I think we need to keep these ones really, really safe. Maybe I should hold them for you so none of the other kids try and take them.
"Okay, they are pretty mean. That's okay." And he pours them into your hand, and you load them into your pocket. As he's doing that, the door to lewd throws open. He's like, and there's a young girl standing there. She's like, Daniel, I've told you about coming into the girls' dorm. I don't care. You're out. Go. She's like, and who the heck is this guy? She's like, mister, you can't be in here. You're a day visitor. You're in the girls' dorm, you freaking weirdo. What are you doing? She's like, get out of here. As you walk past, you see this name tag that says Samantha. She's like, listen, I'm going to call a cop, man, if you come back. You can't be hanging around in a girl's dorm at a camp. What the hell is wrong with you? And she like kind of, as Daniel walks out, she kind of takes him. She's like, are you okay? Did he like say anything to you or do anything? And Daniel's like, no, this is Brandon. He's my friend. She's like, you're friends now. What do you, dude, he's 8 years old. Grown-ups don't come and make friends with 8-year-olds, you friggin' weirdo.
And a few of the girls behind her are chanting stranger danger.
Yeah. Start pointing, calling out the thing. And I'm like, I throw my hands up and go, whoa, that's not what's happening here. And I go to make my way out. And I go, look, I'm leaving.
She's like, you think it's normal to just come in and make friends with an 8-year-old? As if, get out of here.
And as I'm walking out, I signal to Daniel that,
and Daniel
good
does
work,
like
buddy.
a wink.
Yeah.
And as you do the wink back, Samantha looks at you and she's like, are you for real? Billy! And she's yelling out. So you're going to get the status, the condition of unwelcome at camp. You're finding yet more places that you cannot go.
I go, whoa, that's cool. I'm leaving. Billy said I could come here, but that's all right. I'm leaving. And I start to walk back towards the car.
And Samantha's kind of like following you and it's just like this passive aggressive, like,
She's going to get the tag.
you weirdo. Yeah. Meanwhile, Ray.
Of your car.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yes. She's jotting down the license plate.
Meanwhile, Ray, you followed this map and you made your way around and you successfully got to the point where you think the map was marking. And you look for a decent amount of time. It's coming up towards dusk by the time you finally find submerged 6, 8, 10 feet into the gradual slope into the water, a circle, a ritual circle with big heavy stones and bits of sunken log arrayed, and you can just make out through the murky water that they're arrayed into a circle, and you can't get a great clear view on them because of how dark the water is, but the one closest to you, the log closest to you, appears to have a shape carved in it.
I'm going to inspect this shape and maybe even scribble it down in a notebook. So I don't.
Excellent. And as soon as your pen touches the paper, you mark this shape in the book. With a flash of light, the episode ends.
No. I was like, he's found the magic.
That concludes episode 3 of Public Access. Stacey?
Too scary. There won't be any more episodes, so thank you everyone for making it this far.
We haven't even watched any more tapes
He's
yet.
getting creepier, isn't
Looks like the mystery is going unsolved. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think, Stacey, you had a little bit more. You got some good information, though, out of...
Yeah, first couple of episodes I bombed every role and didn't contribute anything, but now I'm finding my groove.
Ray, you're a bit of a solitary type. You like going off on your own and...
Yeah, I started the show a bit more gregarious and outgoing, but I think whatever's going on in this town, it's not sitting well with me.
I feel like the age gap, just a couple of years between you and the other two, is maybe kicking in.
Is
that you're not
contributing.
as...
Yeah.
You don't get along with them as well offline as you did online.
Yeah. Yeah, having to deal with people in person might not be...
Fitz, I feel like Brandon's had a little bit of a personal adventure in terms of his family history. But,
he has. It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah. He's formed a surprising bond with young Daniel.
But a productive one nonetheless.
Yeah.
And while people are sniggering and all that, it is nothing if not 100%.
Yeah.
100% innocent and also productive.
Yeah, I do feel like you're encouraging a child to hunt a monster that's already killed 4 children. But apart from that,
Sounds like a problem for the child.
Oh, wow. See, no, I didn't think like that. But yeah, it's been successful, I would have thought, nonetheless.
Samantha disagreed. This has been episode 3 of Public Access. Thank you very much for listening. It's getting very creepy and I don't like it and it's scary. But Wegs as Ray, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Fitz
Thank you.
and Mike. Catch you next time.
Flashing Badger.